Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Imam An-Nawawi's 40 Hadith series. Today, inshallah, we are doing the fourth Hadith, which is lesson 4, and this Hadith is called Creation in the Mother's Womb. So, inshallah, we'll get into it straight away. So, the Hadith and Translation. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he is the truthful, the believed, narrated to us, verily the creation of each one of you is brought together in his mother's womb for 40 days in the form of a nutfa, which is a drop. Then he becomes an alaqah, clot of blood, for a like period, then a mudghah, morsel of flesh, for a like period. Then there is sent to him the angel who blows his soul into him and who is commanded with 4 matters: to write down his rizq, his sustenance, his lifespan, his actions, and whether he will be happy or unhappy, so whether or not he will enter paradise. By the one, other than whom there is no deity, verily one of you performs the actions of the people of paradise until there is but an arm's length between him and it, and that which has been written overtakes him, and so he acts with the actions of the people of the hellfire, and thus enters it. And verily one of you performs the actions of the people of the hellfire, until there is but an arm's length between him and it, and that which has been written overtakes him, and so he acts with the actions of the people of paradise, and thus he enters it. This hadith is from Bukhari and Muslim. So it's just some quick commentary background. This hadith is an important and meaningful hadith that describes the creation of human beings. As shall be pointed out in the commentary, there are many lessons to be learned from the birth of human beings. Secondly, this hadith also points to the belief in qadr, and that Allah has foreknowledge of what everyone will do in this world. So we're going to be entering, some common questions about this. So the first one is, what exactly is the rooh, which is the spirit? Some people say that the spirit is eternal. However, the prophets of Allah all agreed that it is a contingent being, created, fashioned, controlled, and nourished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the basic principles of all prophetic religions is that the world is contingent. This is also the belief of the companions and their successors. After them, some people who had little knowledge of the Quran and the Sunnah began to claim that the spirit is eternal. They said that the spirit is an amr, a command of Allah, and therefore uncreated. The Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah are all agreed that the spirit is created. Their consensus on this point has been reported by Muhammad ibn Nasr al-Marwazi, Ibn Qutayba, and others. Of the proofs that the spirit is created, one is the verse, Allah is the creator of all things, in Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 16. This is an unqualified general statement that is not particularized in any fashion. It applies to, among other things, the spirit. When is the ruh, the spirit, breathed into the embryo? Concerning the other stages of embryonic development discussed above, it is possible with modern day equipment to actually witness the development of the human in the womb, subhanallah. However, as Ibn al-Qayyim pointed out, when exactly is the spirit breathed into the human can only be known through revelation from the Creator. There is no way to simply tell by witnessing what goes on in the womb to know when the spirit has been breathed into the embryo. A common answer to this question is that the ruh is breathed into the new human after 120 days in the womb. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam know best. Does the breathing in of the ruh, the spirit, imply the beginning of human life? There is nothing explicit in either the Quran or Sunnah that states that the breathing in of the ruh implies the creation of life as such. In fact, one could argue that life already began as the fetus is growing from one stage to the next in its developmental process before the angel comes and breathes the ruh, which is the spirit, into the fetus. However, it seems to be the opinion of the majority of the scholars, if not a consensus, that the breathing in of the ruh implies the creation of a new human being. The question of abortion. This is a very common question nowadays. This hadith describes the creation of the human being in the womb of the mother. It makes it clear that the human is in existence with a soul not long after conception, but long before the actual birth takes place. This has important ramifications for the question of abortion and its legality in Islam. However, the commonly accepted opinion is that the soul is breathed into the fetus after 120 days. This has greatly influenced the jurists' views on abortions. There seems to be complete agreement that abortion after 120 days is absolutely forbidden unless there is a dire necessity. And now some virtues to take from this hadith. The process of the creation of humans and birth should lead a thinking person to believe in resurrection and the hereafter. The one who is able to create humans from a tiny portion of a small amount of fluid certainly is able to recreate such a human after his death. Indeed, the recreation should be considered much easier task than the first recreation. Allah certainly has the ability to create a human without going through the stages that it goes through in the fetus. According to Ibn Hajar, Allah creates humans in such a way as a mercy for the mothers. This makes it much easier upon them and much less of a hardship. Allah prepares the womb and takes the fetus slowly, step by step into its birth. Subhanallah. A person should consider how he was created, stage by stage, in a beautiful form. He was created in a beautiful fashion, and on top of that, he was given the blessing of the mind and rational thought. This differentiates him from other animals who have not been blessed with that characteristic. The one who realizes this fact should truly be thankful to the one who created him, blessed him, and gave him life. He should thank him in a proper manner by obeying him and not disobeying him. And the conclusion. Furthermore, this hadith also should make a person reflect on how he was and is in need of his Lord. When he was a drop of fluid in his mother's womb, he did not bring himself about. Instead, it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The human, in fact, alive today, has no conscious remembrance of what occurred to him in those stages. He should think about how Allah cared for him and shaped him in the most beautiful of manners. Once again, this should make the person very thankful to his Creator and Lord. Jazakullah Khairan, brothers and sisters. If you have stayed till the end, that is the end of this video. However, if you do want to see the third hadith, which we did a few days ago, make sure to press the link on the video. And Jazakullah Khair. May Allah bless you all. And wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.